Hey, what's up, metal and heavy music fans? It's Flight of Icarus again with MetalTrenches.com, and it's time to talk about black metal project AKHLYS and their third album, Melinoë, via Debemur Morti Productions. And hey, if you like to be kept up to date with the best and brightest metal bands and albums from the underground and above, then stick with me by hitting that subscribe button down below. AKHLYS is a solo project from the twisted mind of Colorado-based musician Naas Alcameth, also known for the works of Nightbringer and Aoratos. And while each of his projects have their own distinct purpose, there's always a similar stylistic throughline of nightmarish atmosphere, hellish snarls, and shrieking tremolo harmonies. Continuing with many of the themes of 2015's excellent The Dreaming Eye, the album that drew my attention to AKHLYS in the first place, a Melinoë, as also seemingly depicted in the eerie album art, is a chthonic nymph or goddess and bringer of nightmares and madness. Once more, the music of AKHLYS perfectly complements such concepts, delivering haunting soundscapes that really capture the uncanny feeling of being in the dream world. This only further amplified by the frequent contrast of soaring melodies with nihilistically rasping vocals. Furthermore, from the very beginning, AKHLYS has not been afraid to forego traditional instrumentation altogether, once more going full ambient on the synth-driven Succubare. Over 6 minutes in length, this album's centerpiece is like entering the eye of the storm and encountering the tense and tenuous calm, bounded on all sides by further unrelenting chaos. And despite this being the least outright aggressive part of the record, there is this seething sense of malice always just beneath its surface that in many ways makes it more terrifying than any walls of distortion ever could be. It's like the difference between blockbuster jump scare fests and the ever-present anxiety of The Shining. And like all good interludes, its extended ghostly quiet only makes the tumble into following track Ephialtes all the more jarring. I'm once more reminded of the classic cover art of Deathspell Omega's seminal Phos, a hapless soul now tumbling into infinity. And what has always impressed me most about all of Naas Alcameth's works is his ability to so effectively harness his use of repetition to conjure such imagery without ever becoming boring. Most atmospheric black metal, especially with tracks on the longer side, often leaves me rolling my eyes after a few minutes. So few have a full grasp on how to build the basic foundation of cyclical guitar melodies into a true progression of subtly shifting sounds and textures that bring the same level of engrossment that AKHLYS does. And aside from the clever songwriting and orchestration, once again the production on this album makes everything sound absolutely massive. Every tom roll from the drums seems to echo on into eternity, and the layering of the guitars and synth makes for a truly impenetrable wall of sound. I always know what to expect from a Naas Alcameth album, and part of that means entering a complete black metal maelstrom that threatens to consume my body and soul alike. Turning to my scales, I give Melinoë a 10 for enjoyability. Again, many grasp at this perfect balance of haunting engagement, but very few succeed at this level. I give it a 9 for musicianship. Despite not being particularly technical or impressive from a performance standpoint, the songwriting and how AKHLYS brings it all together is nothing short of masterful. And I give it a 7 for innovation. Both as an album within the discography and as a black metal album in general, there aren't any major surprises to be found, especially if you're already familiar with the project. I think my one critique is that moving forward it would be nice to throw in a few more curveballs along the way. So an 8.7 overall and a B+ for AKHLYS and Melinoë. Get it once more via Debemur Morti Productions. Y'all, thanks as always for watching, and be sure to check out my interview with Naas Alcameth on the podcast from back when he dropped the first Aoratos album. And hey, just stick around in general because I've got plenty more reviews coming right after this one, as well as tier lists and plenty of other video content for you to check out. So again, plenty of reasons to subscribe if you have not already. That'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.